Good morning, Matthew. Today I'm going to show you how to make a Python program that opens up a web browser at a specified amount of time to remind you to take a break while you're playing video games and stuff.
Okay.
Alright? So, one of the first things we have to do is install the Python program on the computer, which I've already done here. And we're going to open it up. This is the shell script that makes the Python program run and execute. And what we're going to do is make a new file. And this is where we're going to write all of our code to. So I'm going to save it in here. They've already made one. I'm going to call this Take a Break 2. Alright, so the first thing we've got to do for this program is figure out how to open up our web browser. So one of the ways to do that is just type in what you're using, Python 2.7. That's the version of Python that we're using. How to open a web page. And this is how you can kind of search for things when you're looking to program, or a lot of that stuff that you do on the computer and edit in videos, which you already kind of know a little bit about. So if we look in here and look at the documentation that we found, you can see if we type in webbrowser.open and give it the URL, then it should open up our web page for us. Okay? So let's give that a try. So in our editor, if we type webbrowser.open, and we will copy and paste this URL to the video that you've already picked out and put it in here. Then we need to hit save, and we're going to hit run. Oh, we have a problem. Can you kind of read that and tell me what the problem says?
Traceback. Name web browser is not defined.
What do you think that means?
Spelled it wrong. Or
in programming, if you see the word not defined, that means it doesn't know what it is. Alright? So in a lot of the languages, you have your core programming interface, which this is, and then they write reusable code. You don't want to include everything the language has in every program. So you get the core, which is what here, and in this case, we want to use the web browser stuff. So back in here, you can see the web browser module provides a high-level interface to allow displaying web-based documents. So what we need to do is go in and include the web browser. It's a library that tells Python how to use web browsers. Okay? So if we come back in here and we go back to the top and we type import web browser, now that's going to let Python know that in addition to the core programming language, we want to use this additional module called web browser. And, oh, I need to save it. And you can see it
Money
popped
laundering
up our
101.
video.
Say you come across a suitcase
Okay.
with $5 million in it.
So, the next step is we want to be able to set a time limit for it to pop up to remind us that we need to take a break. So in order to do that, what do you think we have to do? It doesn't have to be very specific for programming, but in the steps. You're right, you've got to wait.
something seconds and stop in a loop,
Okay,
I guess.
so we're going to need a time limit. So let's look that up. Python 2.7 timer. There we go. let's look up time. How do I create a Python and timer from Stack Overflow? Let's see if they can help us out here and see something. So this guy's asking the same thing. He wants a timer. One of the responses is he's got this date. See, look, he's importing a time module. Set time, start time, timer sleep, time sleep. I think that's going to be our thing right there. So if we look at that right there, you can go to Python 2.7 time.sleep, and let's take a look and see what that does. Time access and conversions, time sleep method. Okay, let's click on both of these, or this one. So time sleep, T is the number of seconds, execution is to be suspended. Well, that kind of sounds like we want it, what we want, doesn't it? We want it to wait for a little bit, so let's try this. So since this is a tutorial, and we don't want to wait for 2 hours, we will do this one for, how many seconds should we wait? Test it.
10 seconds.
10 seconds? Okay. So, we're going to import the time module so that it knows we need the time, and we're going to tell the program to wait 10 seconds, and then it's going to open up our browser. Okay? So let's do that. Let's hit save, and then hit run module. Alright, you see it started. Wait for it. And it should open up very soon. There it goes. It's working.
What'd you do today for our family? I don't know what you want to say.
Now, let's take it to the next few steps. Now we've got that working. We want to set the program up so that it will remind us to take breaks throughout the day. So, if we're working all day long, how many breaks should we take?
I can just say a lot, I'm not sure.
Well, how many, and when you're playing video games, what, you want to stop every couple hours? Every hour and take a break? Every 2 hours and take a break?
Okay, I guess.
Yeah? Alright, so if you're playing all day, let's say we're going to take 3 breaks throughout the day to remind us, okay? So, we're not going to write this, or we could write this if we were going to take 3 breaks. We could copy and paste it 3 times, and that would be one way that we could get it to work. So let's run that and see what happens. So we're going to hit save and run, and then if we wait 10 seconds, it should open up a web browser, and then a second one and a third one. There's the first one. The second one, and should be another one opening up about right now. Alright, so that works. That's not a very good way to write code. What about if I wanted to do this 1,000 times? Well, then we have to do this a lot, right? Programming, they have what they call loops. So what we can do is, in this loop, we could do for break count in range of 0 to 3, because we want to take 3 breaks. Okay? Let's see if I remember how to do this. Alright, so now we're going to run this again. This is a 4 break count in range of 0 to 3, and in most computer languages, counting starts at 0. So this will go from 0, 1, and 2 and give us a 3 count, and we're stopping when it gets to 3. Okay? So let's hit save let's do run. Oh, I forgot something. I think for a loop, I need the colon. There we go. So now you can see it says it started. And we wait.
I am a work in progress. Walden
pretty good so
University is
far,
where
huh?
I thrive. Innovative, accredited online programs that fit my life and my goals. The support I need to make it happen.
Second one.
I am Walden University. Learn more.
And the third one should be happening anytime now. So, that's how you can make a break timer and whatnot in here. One thing to note, that if we were going to use this program and we wanted hours or minutes, since this takes seconds, so let's say if we wanted 3 minutes, we could type in 3 times 60 seconds, and that would give us,
3 minutes.
that's right. What about if I wanted 2 hours?
2 times 60? No, 120 times 60.
Yeah, we should be able to do times 60 again. And that would be 3 hours. See, like this one here, 3 times 60 would give us 3 minutes, right? So if we have 3 minutes and we have 60 of them, that's going to be 180, right? And then 60 and 60 is 120, and 60 more is 180. So all we have to do is just put in the time of how many hours we want times 60 to give us 1 hour, or that many seconds, minutes, and then times it again for that many hours. Okay? So that's it. What do you think? Pretty neat little program? Alright. Well, thank you for learning with me today.
I guess.
Bye.